Good morning. It's time for your weekly kick. Today I want to share a question that people ask me all the time. The question is this: what is the most important characteristic of an effective and successful leader? Well, here's my answer. And I came up with this illustration a while ago, and it worked well. So I want to take you underneath my truck. I'm standing underneath my truck, and I want to illustrate to you exactly what the answer is to this question. Okay, you've all driven a vehicle. I'm standing at the front, so right here is the underside of my engine. Next we move to the transmission. That's right here. We've got a drive shaft that takes the power from the engine and the transmission and takes it back here all the way to the rear differential. If we move back up to the front here, what we're going to see is a tire. The wheel with a tire mounted to it. So my question to you then, if that's what you're wondering, if you're wondering what is the most important characteristic of a highly successful leader, of a highly effective leader, let me ask you this question in answer to your question. What is more important if I'm wanting to make a trip with this truck? In the next few weeks, my family and I are going to be getting in my truck and we're going to be driving to Penticton, BC. It's about a 1,300 kilometer drive. Which part of the 5 items I just described to you are most important for getting us there? It's a long drive. We're going to make it in a day. It's totally doable, but what is the most important component in my truck that we're going to be driving to get us there? Is it the front wheel and tire, or any of the, let's say, the wheels in general? Or is it the engine? Or you might be saying, no, because the engine makes the power, but without the transmission, the engine just sits there and revs. It doesn't do anything. So it's got to be the transmission. That's got to be the most important component of the truck to get you to BC. Or the next person might be saying, hey, no. It's the drive shaft, because your drive shaft takes the power from your transmission and relays it back to the rear differential, which somebody else is going to say is the most important component, because it's going to take the power from the drive shaft and translate it into power in the rear wheels, which is actually going to move the truck. No. It's got to be the wheels and the tires, because without those, you're just sitting on the ground and you're spinning your hubs. You're not going anywhere. You can't answer the question, can we? It's not possible. Every single component that I named tonight or this morning is crucial for making this truck move in the direction I want it to go, whether it's forward or reverse. If I'm going to make this trip to British Columbia in 2 weeks from now, my family's going to get in, we're going to start the truck, and we're going to move. We need every single component that I just went through with you. We need the engine, we need the transmission, we need the drive shaft, we need the rear differential, and we need the wheels and tires. We need all 5. It's the same with leadership. There is no single characteristic of a highly effective leader. They have a number of characteristics. And that's what we talk about at different times in your weekly kick. What I want to challenge you with today is this: don't stop growing. You might think, I've been growing tremendously over the last year, 2, 3, 4. You should have seen me 5 years ago, Todd. That's fantastic if you're growing. Keep growing. We all, if we're going to be highly effective leaders, we all need to continue to grow, because it's not just one thing we need to grow in. So that's my challenge for you this week. Keep growing. What are you reading? What are you watching that's making you better? What kind of magazines are you looking through if you're sitting and spending some time waiting for somebody else? When you're on your phone, are you reading or watching something that's going to make you a better leader? Or are you just wasting time? We hear the statement, I'm just killing time. What a horrible way to spend the most important gift we're given, our time. How we use that time is going to make us into either a mediocre leader, an average leader, or it's going to make us one of the best. So my challenge to you for this week is to make yourself into one of the best leaders. Every one of these components in this truck is crucial. Every characteristic of an effective leader and a highly successful leader is crucial for you. Never stop learning and never stop growing. That's your weekly kick for today. We'll see you next Monday. Now, for those of you who are seeing this on Facebook or YouTube or on LinkedIn, what I want to do is, here's a way for you to grow. I just published a book called More Than a Hammer, Leadership Tools for the Trades. And what this book is about is exactly what it says, more than a hammer. Often we rely on one skill that we've honed over the years that we think makes us a good leader. It's effective for leading people, getting where we want to get, and helping people do what we need them to be doing. This book gives us some other skills. Leadership starts with the leader is what this book's theme is about. This is part 1 in the series. It deals with how do we make ourselves better? How can the leader grow? How can we invest in ourselves? And so if you're interested in this book, if this is something you're thinking, yes, this is what I need to develop myself before I can lead others, this is for you. You can find it on www.morethan-a-hammerbook.com. www.morethan-a-hammerbook.com. You can buy it there, and in the next few weeks it's going to be available on Amazon as well. Now, if you're buying it in bulk, you might want to buy it for a number of people who work for you. There will be a deal. All you got to do is contact me. My email address is todd@bootsonthegroundcoaching.com. todd@bootsonthegroundcoaching.com. This is a great way for you to invest in yourself, but you might be thinking, that's awesome, Todd, that's wonderful, but I haven't read a book since high school, since I had to. I don't have the time to put the time into reading a book right now. Fantastic. That's why I wrote the book the way I did. There's 15 chapters. Each chapter is between 3 and 4 pages long. That's it. At the end of each chapter, there's also 2 questions. Each of these questions is going to help you put the principles from that chapter into very practical use in your situation, no matter where you are, no matter who you're leading, no matter what your situation. As well, and you'll see one at the back here, it's called a QR code. And you're going to be able to scan that with your phone at any place, anytime, and it's going to take you to a video, something like this, that's going to illustrate the point from that chapter. It's going to take the principle from that chapter and put it into the context of something like this, using a vehicle or using tools, using a building, whatever it might be, to put those principles into context. So if you don't have time to read, you might have time to watch. Or if you don't feel like reading today, you might feel like watching a 5-minute video. That is in every chapter for that chapter. So again, www.morethan-a-hammerbook.com. That's where you can pick up your copy of More Than a Hammer, Leadership Tools for the Trades. Hey, we'll see you next week on The Weekly Kick. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.